Welcome, ta-da, to Kathy's Renewed You. Hi, I'm Kathy Stoddard Torrey. Welcome and Happy New Year. I know Renewed You is kind of a corny name, but it's accurate. I kept thinking of all the different things I could say that I wanted to accomplish in this year. And renewed is what I kept coming back with because it's not a new you, not a new me. We're cool just the way we are. We don't need to be new. In coaching, we call it viewing someone as naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. So we're fine. But that doesn't mean there isn't some tweaking, some growth, some expansion that can happen. I mean, truly, that's what life's about. And I love it. I love learning new things. I love learning new perspectives. I love trying out new things. That's what this is about, renewed. The word that comes to mind is refresh. It's like infusing some energy and growing is the way I look on renewed. Now, I have a few reasons for making these videos. For me, probably as much for anyone else. And the first one is having people to do stuff with. It's so much more fun when you travel the path, take the journey with other people. I first learned this with my mom. She and I would carry something heavy. We never made it the whole time without having to put it down because we were laughing so hard. We would make beds and race and see who could get their corners crisp and done, the fastest. It was just more fun with her. Even with my own boys, who are now 24 and 26, when we made our last move, they were out in the world on their own. And I was taking a big load of stuff to recycling, and I kept thinking of all these funny things I wanted to say to them, and I so missed them in the back seat of my van behind me to talk to while we did silly things like taking recycling. So the first reason is I would like people who want to, if what I talk about and what I'm doing and trying appeals to you, to join me on the journey. The second one is accountability. There are several studies that show that once you tell someone that you're doing something, you're more likely to accomplish it. And if they're doing it with you, that helps too. Like, think about an exercise buddy. If you have someone that is expecting you, that you're going to do things with and asks you what time, it really does help you to maintain some momentum. To that end, I'm setting up a Facebook page. It's called Kathy's Renewed You. And I hope that you'll join me there. Say the things that you want to achieve and then get support. I have some exciting, big, scary goals for 2015, and I really need some support and help. So I'll be posting on the Facebook page as well. The only really kind of rule on the Facebook page is nice words or no words. That's kind of a shortening of Thumper's mother from Bambi, who said, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. And I feel very strongly about that. I feel that if you're in a place of growth, it's kind of scary. It's a vulnerable place of trying new things. And that space really needs to be safe and nurturing. So I'll hold a pretty hard line on that and delete any comments that I feel are negative and not supportive. And that doesn't mean that you can't offer suggestions from a place of wanting someone to succeed, but really this is not the place for negativity. There are places to get some really strong truths and constructive criticism. This just isn't going to be it, because this is where we're feeling a little fragile and vulnerable as we try new things. So I hope you'll join me there. One of the first things that I want to be held accountable for, one of the things that I am going to do, is my gratitude journal. I have mine here from last year. I've done them for about 3 years, and I will flip through the pages so you can see my gratitude journal. I first got the idea from my mom. She kept a gratitude journal for years, and she lived with us for 10 years. So a lot of what she was grateful for included the family. She would say, snuggling in bed and reading Moby Dick with Andrew, or playing action figures with Nathaniel. They were little things and big things, and they were lovely and sweet to read after she passed away. So here's mine. I try to write 3 to 5 things each day. And as I flip through, you'll see that there's several blank pages in there. It's important to keep going. I think that that is an important life lesson all the way around because we mess up a lot. We don't stay consistent. We fail, if you want to do it, say it that way. And that's okay and that's expected. The truly successful people are the ones that can then say, yeah, I didn't do it, but I'm going to pick it up and start again. There's a lot of power in being able to do that. You can use it in business, in sales, in dieting, in exercise, almost anything. We can get discouraged easily. We try it, we don't do it as consistently as we want to, and then we just kind of, give it up. It's really an important skill just to say, yeah, I didn't do it, and now I'm going to pick it back up. This is my this year's. It's a Moleskine, which I think is the way to pronounce it. It looks like Moleskine to me. And I have a 2015 diary calendar, so there's one page for each day. And I like it because it's easy to keep up with. My mom just used a journal. She didn't write every day, so there weren't blank pages. She would just fill it in as she went along. Whatever, if you decide that you would like to do a gratitude journal as well, anything that you would enjoy writing in is fine. Now this year, I'm going to add something different. I'm going to, in addition to my gratitude, I'm going to write down 3 things that I did successfully that day. As humans, we have a tendency to notice what's negative and to really hold on to that. I think a lot of times we forget that we have done a ton of stuff successfully in a day. We only hold on to those little bits that we didn't do successfully. So this is going to help. We scan our environment on the whole for things that are wrong, that need to be fixed, that maybe aren't quite right. And in doing a gratitude and a success journal, what you're doing is changing your perspective. You're actually changing how you see the world, and you are noticing what's going right. You're noticing what you're grateful for, what gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling, which is in and of itself an important skill. I'm sure at some point during the year we're going to talk about emotional intelligence, and being able to activate that feeling of gratitude is a really important skill in life. So that's what I'm going to start with. And if you would like to join me, I would love to have you with me. Each day, 3 things about, more or less, if you want, that you're grateful for. 3 successes, big or small. I know one of mine is going to be bill day, that I paid all the bills, because I hate doing it. It takes me forever, and I consider that a huge success. I imagine also some mornings getting out of bed and getting dressed is going to be one. Yeah, I also have great big successes, but I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be an enormous big thing. It's just something that you managed to accomplish in the day that you're glad that you got done. All right, so join me on the website if you want to, Kathy's Renewed You. The first steps for the renewed you are fresh eyes.